Credible, balanced, committed. This is the CBC Evening News.
Very good evening to you. I'm Lisa Broom. This is the CBC Evening News. Declaring Barbados' economy is on the rebound, Finance Minister Chris Sinclair has asked Barbadians to shoulder millions of dollars in new taxes in an attempt to sustain that recovery. The new taxes include 3 cents excise duty on cell phone minutes, a sweetened beverage tax, a milk cess, a fuel cess on BNOC products for another year, a revised SSA tipping fee, and government user fees. At the same time, he has announced a new scholarship program for the University of the West Indies of between $7 to $15 million over the next 3 years. The finance minister says these measures should push the deficit down from almost 12% of GDP to around 3.5 to 4% of GDP in the existing financial year. The government has also proposed the establishment of a new fund to maintain the healthcare sector.
To this end, the government proposes the establishment of a healthcare capital expenditure trust fund. The government envisages that this fund will be a public-private sector partnership, with government providing an endowment of $20 million to the initial capitalization of the fund. The government will repeal the legislation passed in this House providing for the catastrophe fund, currently managed by the National Insurance Scheme, and approximately $20 million of the funds, 33, I am now advised it is $42 million, will be diverted to the healthcare expenditure fund.
As far as education is concerned, he says government will be empowering the most vulnerable students who are having difficulties meeting their tuition payments. This will be done through a scholarships and grants program. Now, with respect to the tipping fee, the minister says it will be maintained, but will be applied on a $40 per load rather than per ton basis. The long-mooted tax on mobile phones will form part of 3 new special excise taxes introduced by government. He says proceeds from these taxes will help fund education, environmental protection, and the health sector.
Therefore, effective from August 1st, 2015, a mobile airtime excise duty on cell phones will be imposed at the nominal rate of 3 cents per minute for both service providers, Lime and Digicel. On current times, it is expected that this imposition will generate a total of approximately $32.7 million in revenue on an annual basis for the Treasury. Service providers currently pay in the VAT to the Barbados Revenue Authority and will be responsible for collecting the airtime tax and paying it into the BRA in the same manner as they do the VAT.
The finance minister also announced an excise tax on sweetened beverages designed to generate $10 million in revenue a year. He says this takes effect from August 1st and will be reviewed in 2 years' time to determine its effectiveness.
In this regard, Cabinet has decided that in order to encourage healthier consumption patterns among our people, as it relates to the consumption of sweetened beverages such as carbonated soft drinks, juice drinks, sport drinks, fruit juices, and others, particularly which fall under for the imported items tariff headings 20.09 and 22.02 on the import side, and similar products of like standing produced within Barbados that contain added high-calorie sweeteners will now attract a 10% excise levied on the value at the product before 10% of the value of the product, before the VAT is applied.
Minister Sinclair also announced that about $30 million in income tax refunds have been paid so far, and another 24,000 are in the mail and should be in the hands of Barbadians later this week. The finance minister also disclosed that the current tax rate of 17.5% will be reduced to 16%, and the higher rate of the 35% will be reduced to 33.5%. Furthermore, along with existing personal allowances for income year 2015, Barbadians will only be allowed to claim for contributions to trade unions, statutory associations, donations to charities, including the church, and energy audit retrofits. He says this will result in a reduction of about 60% of tax refunds being processed and will be relatively revenue neutral, netting the government $9 million in additional revenue. Mr. Sinclair says the unemployment rate has tapered at about 12%. He also says the 12-month average rate of inflation has remained at about 2%. He expects that significant progress will be made in further reducing the deficit, adding government has been able to turn around a primary deficit of $385 million to a primary surplus of $85 million in one fiscal year.
At the end of 2013-14, the fiscal deficit stood at 11.8% of GDP. As we sought to move the deficit to a more sustainable level without, quite frankly, destroying the economy and all the social services we have, we set ourselves the ambitious target of reducing it to around 6.6% in a single financial year. That is 14-15. More than this, we also knew that in real terms, the primary deficit of $385 million, which we closed 2013-14 with, was absolutely unacceptable and had to be brought down significantly over the next fiscal period and reversed entirely over time.
We'll have more news in just a moment. Stay with us.
Cities just got closer. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard is now even better. Fly to New York, Miami, Orlando, and Fort Lauderdale with just 20,000 Scotia points. With your new Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard, you'll receive a welcome bonus of 10,000 Scotia points, so you can enjoy the cities you love most sooner than ever. Apply today. Call 426-7000 or visit your nearest branch. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
Fun never done. Ping pong, she a smile with everyone. She have that taste, not a chairs, but space. Chuckles make me smile up. Start smiling, you got the fun. Charles Chocolates, for real chocolate lovers. Start smiling.
At Lime, we don't need any tricks or gimmicks. We treat all our prepaid customers like MVPs. MVP means maximum value per person. Maximum respect. Subscribe to any 1 gig 30-day data plan and enjoy a reduced calling rate of just 49 cents to any network, any landline, anytime. With Lime, you pay just 49 cents and call any phone in Barbados, so you won't have to top up as often. Put data on your phone and keep your money in your pocket with Lime MVP.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
Contact Evolution 4.0, beautiful to see, powered by Barbados Yellow Pages, and proudly sponsored by 98.1 The One.
Several unresolved issues, including the amount of separation to be paid to severed workers, have forced the Barbados Workers Union and management of the Barbados Light and Power back to the table for further talks. This from former General Secretary of the BWU, Sir Roy Trotman, at the end of the latest round of talks before the acting Chief Labour Officer today. The two sides are at loggerheads over the company's decision to offer separation packages to workers without consulting the union. It's part of an effort to cut labour costs by 20%. Sir Roy says both sides recognize that time is of the essence and neither wants to delay the process.
But there are far too many problems which have arisen because the matter was not done properly at the outset. And so what we have are situations where the company acted initially and then sought consultation afterwards, when in fact the arrangement we have under the protocol indicates very clearly that if layoffs were being contemplated, that the process should have started at that point and not after decisions regarding who would be sent home were already put in place.
Sir Roy says both sides are trying to work around the issues and hope to have some solutions by the next meeting. The opposition Barbados Labour Party is moving full steam ahead to complete its team of candidates to contest the next general election. But while a number of new faces have come to the fore in recent times, they're still throwing their support behind what is a familiar face in the St. Michael West Central constituency. Shane Seeley has more.
Ian Gooding-Edgell is back again and has high hopes for capturing the seat for the BLP in the St. Michael West Central constituency when elections are called. He accepted the nomination during a meeting yesterday evening at Lawrence T. Gay Primary School, where he expressed confidence that he will get the job done this time.
I have come to politics to make a difference for the betterment of all Barbadians, and a difference for the better. We in the Barbados Labour Party will have to make more strongly than ever before. I want to make a difference for the people of St. Michael West Central.
And opposition leader Mia Motley has called on residents to vote for a man she says stuck with the people of the constituency despite not being their representative.
That I have every confidence that the people of St. Michael West Central will salute you for your steadfastness, your commitment to representation, and your determination that it is not the defeat that you shall be measured by, but it is your commitment to representation that causes them to have confidence in you on the next occasion.
Now, the opposition leader did not go into economic matters at the meeting, saying that she will be saving her comments in that regard for Tuesday, when she issues her response to the budget. Shane Seeley, CBC News.
Still to come, a look at some of the stories making headlines across the region.
Time to experience a new world in home entertainment. Shop at Courts today for the latest in technology from the world's best brands and a chance to win the ultimate entertainment package. 1-year Netflix subscription, an all-expenses-paid sports party weekend for 2 in Trinidad for the Lima Call CPL T20. Plus, get it all with ready finance and pay absolutely nothing until crop over. You know you want it. Don't deny yourself anymore. Get it now, only at Courts. Courts, bringing value home.